Dr. Somya SV. She is an associate professor of head and Department of Oral Pathology, Faculty of Dental Science, Ramaya University, Applied Science, Bengaluru. And the topic is totally based on a MATLAB-based studies of OSCC.
Good afternoon, one and all. Today I'll be presenting on the topic pan-cytokeratin immunostain tumor buds correlate with epithelial mesenchymal transition biomarkers expression in the early detection of metastatic oral squamous cell carcinoma, a MATLAB-based study. As we all know, today we are in a generation of digitization. Whatever we come across is completely digitized, right? From the household appliances to the use of mobile phones or laptops, or if you're seeing GPS or any equipments that are available in the operation theater, in the medical field. And now we see digitization, which has encroached on our specialty, that is oral pathology as well. So, to give a brief introduction to my topic, I would like to say that oral cancer accounts to 20 to 30% of all cancers in India, and cervical lymph node status is a crucial single most prognostic indicator of survival for oral cancer patients. And we know how severe oral cancer is because more than 90% of oral cancer deaths are due to metastasis. Therefore, it is very important for us to detect them at an early stage and institute proper treatment so as to minimize the complications. Now, we have some features which can be identified at the histopathological level, that is, at the microscopic level itself. So, there are some structures which are called as tumor buds. They are nothing but groups of tumor cells within the connective tissue in the invasive tumor front. Now, these tumor buds are currently believed to be representing the concept which is called as epithelial mesenchymal transition, as Dr. Dominic has rightly mentioned in the previous presentation. So, an epithelial cell has a high chance of transforming into a mesenchymal phenotype whenever it undergoes invasion and metastasis into the connective tissue. Now, these mesenchymal cells have strong migratory potential. So that is how it tends to metastasize into the lymph nodes. So when we try to examine these slides under routine histopathology, whether it is a routine hematoxylin and eosin stain or immunohistochemically stained slides, there are chances that the pathologists can encounter a lot of fatigue, and it could be very time consuming and a labor intensive task when we try to identify these smaller details within the histopathological slide. And also there's a lot of subjectivity which is involved, and large inter and intra observer variations could result in assessment errors. Therefore, we try to conduct a study to assess the metastatic risk of oral squamous cell carcinoma by the quantification of protein expression of tumor buds and epithelial mesenchymal transition biomarkers using MATLAB software. And the objectives were to assess the count of pan-cytokeratin immunostain tumor buds using MATLAB software and to quantify their protein expression, especially of the EMT biomarkers, that is E-cadherin, beta-catenin, MMP2 and MMP9. So this is the immunohistochemical procedure that we did, wherein the antigen which is present on the tissues get bound to the antibody that we direct. And here the antibodies that we have used are anti-pan-cytokeratin, anti-E-cadherin, beta-catenin, MMP2 and MMP9. So what we did was we took 20 cases each of metastatic and non-metastatic squamous cell carcinoma cases, and we stained all of them with the pan-cytokeratin and EMT markers. And these slides, we took images and we stored in the computer and subjected it to image processing software. So this is the image acquisition that we did using the research microscope, which has a pentahead attachment. Now this is attached to the CCD camera, and through which it is connected to a system. And here we captured the images of the slides 5 representative fields were captured, and then we subjected it to image processing using MATLAB with integrated image processing toolkit. And the next step that we did was texture segmentation. Now, usually this procedure is done to identify the regions of interest based on their texture. As you can see in this picture, there is an S-shaped structure which is separated completely from the rest of the structures which are there. So this can be achieved only by the use of texture segmentation tool in MATLAB. And for this, we developed a special algorithm through which we could achieve this. And later we did color segmentation, and here in this particular system we try to segregate the objects of similar color. Based on the color, the images are segmented. So as you can see in the first picture, we have objects which have different colors. So in the second picture, we have tried to segregate these colors, and based on the color itself, these have been segregated. And for this, again, we have developed an algorithm. And then we did a statistical analysis. We took the mean score of the 5 representative fields of protein expression to determine the number of tumor buds and EMT markers, and we did a Pearson's chi-square test. So coming to the results and discussion, first we quantified the protein expression of tumor buds in the squamous cell carcinoma cases. And for this, we used color segmentation tool to know what are tumor buds. They are nothing but small clusters of 5 or more cells or isolated single cells which are scattered in the stroma at the invasive tumor front. So these are the series of images that we got when we subjected this particular field to the color segmentation algorithm. And then we saw that only the clusters or the cells which had taken up the brown color because of the immunostaining, they got segregated. And with this, we could count the number of cells or number of tumor buds that were there in that particular section. And we classified them as low grade and high grade based on whether the number of tumor buds were less than 10 or more than 10. And 5 such fields were analyzed under 200x magnification. And then we found that in metastatic cases, we found high grade of tumor buds was observed in 18 cases of metastatic as compared to only 4 cases in non-metastatic, and this was found to be statistically significant. So tumor buds seem to be involved in the detachment of tumor cells from the main tumor mass, breaking through the basement membrane, and these tumor buds or cells invade into the lymphatic and the blood vessels, leading to loco-regional and distant metastasis. And Shota et al. Have found significant correlation of high-grade tumor buds with metastasis of OSCC, and they have considered this as a diagnostic and therapeutic tool. And next analysis was on the EMT markers. The first marker was E-cadherin. First, we tried to see the proportion of cells which were positive. So for this, we used the texture segmentation and the color segmentation tool. So again, we selected 5 representative fields and we took images, and these images, whichever were positive, we usually the E-cadherin protein is expressed in the cell membrane. So you can see the brown colored stained cells which have taken positivity. And when this was subjected to the software, we got a series of images, and only the region of interest, that is only those cells which were positive, was segregated. So once this was done, we had to count the number of cells. Manually, if we try to do, it is very time consuming, and it is of a lot of fatigue. It involves a lot of fatigue. Therefore, we try to analyze using the software, where we counted the number of cells easily using the software. And when we try to compare this with the metastatic and non-metastatic, we found that the mean number of E-cadherin immunopositive cells was less in metastatic as compared to non-metastatic, and this was also statistically significant. The next assessment was we need to see the intensity of the E-cadherin protein expression. So again, when we subjected this to an algorithm, we found that the intensity was less in metastatic as compared to non-metastatic, which was also significant statistically. The next marker that we analyzed was beta-catenin. So beta-catenin expression was analyzed in a similar way, and we found that the mean beta-catenin protein expression, the number of positive cells, was less in the metastatic as compared to non-metastatic, which was again significant statistically. Similarly, we did the assessment of the intensity. However, we did not find any difference between the two groups. So, epithelial mesenchymal transition is considered important at several stages during tumor progression. So, EMT can actually render the tumor cells migratory and invasive. As you can see here, once these epithelial cells undergo a mesenchymal phenotype, they will start invading into the connective tissue. Now, through this, there is intravasation into the blood vessels, and through the circulation, it gets carried away to distant sites where it can lodge in those areas and lead to micrometastasis and macrometastasis. So, this is the process that is involved. So whenever there is reduced or loss of expression of E-cadherin and beta-catenin complex, it indicates that the lesions or those carcinomas are highly aggressive. They have enhanced invasive potential. They have enhanced metastatic potential, and they are also significantly involved in the Wnt signaling pathway. Now, the next marker that we analyzed was matrix metalloproteinase 2. Now, this particular protein is actually a matrix degrading protein. So it involves in a degradation of the proteins and it of the matrix or the connective tissue stroma, thereby facilitating the invasion of the tumor cells into the deeper connective tissue. So when we try to again analyze the number of positive cells of MMP2 in the tumor cells, we found that the mean expression of in metastatic was found to be high as compared to that of non-metastatic. So we counted the number of cells on similar way using the texture and color segmentation, and we tried to isolate the cells, and we also looked at the intensity. Even the intensity was found to be more in metastatic as compared to non-metastatic, which was again significant. Not only the tumor cells, we also looked at the immunopositive stromal cells, the connective tissue cells. So here also we try to count the number of positive stromal cells for MMP2, and we found a significant increase in the number of immunopositive cells in metastatic as compared to non-metastatic, which was again statistically significant. And we also tried to analyze the intensity. However, we did not find a significant difference. Now, the last biomarker that we analyzed was MMP9. Now, here also we try to analyze the number of positive cells, which was found to be more in metastatic, and the intensity also was increased in metastatic OSCC cases as compared to that of non-metastatic. And the stromal cells also showed a significant increase in the metastatic cancers as compared to non-metastatic. And likewise, even the intensity of the immunopositive cells was significantly high in metastatic. So what are these MMP2 and MMP9? They are gelatinases or type 4 collagenases that mainly degrade collagen 4, which is the main component of basement membrane and extracellular matrix, and they play a role in neovascularization. So whenever there's degradation of the basement membrane at the epithelial connective tissue interface and around the tumor nests and vascular tissues, this particular degradation occurs, and this is the vital step which is involved in invasion and metastasis. So cancer cells act as initiators of carcinogenesis, whereas the stromal cells take up the function of promoters. Thereby, they also play a synergistic role in the microenvironment. So the correlation of tumor buds, which is a histopathological structure which can be viewed under routine microscope, these tumor buds correlated well with the protein expression of EMT markers, and therefore this supports the mechanism of EMT phenomenon, which is responsible for metastasis of oral squamous cell carcinoma. A tumor budding cell is believed to have a stem cell-like character. The Wnt pathway, which is involved in the process of tumor budding, has a strong association with the development of a stem cell-like phenotype. And studies have also shown that there is correlation of tumor buds with EMT regulators and suggested that tumor budding histologically represents EMT process. Therefore, if we can identify high grade of tumor buds at the histopathology level itself, then we can tell at the incisional biopsy level itself that these cases have high chances for metastasis. Therefore, the surgeons can be alerted for aggressive treatment for such cases. However, there are few limitations in my study. The quality of staining and the images captured can affect the processing of the images. Therefore, we need to take care that it is properly done. All these steps are correctly done. And the important highlight of our study was that this is the first of its kind where we have used an objective tool, that is image processing using texture and color segmentation in MATLAB to assess the protein expression of immunostain sections of tumor buds and EMT markers. And it has significantly minimized the bias in assessment with the use of quantification methods in MATLAB software. Therefore, it is a simple, less time consuming, and it has eliminated inter and intra observer variations. So to conclude, image processing using texture and color segmentation in MATLAB is effective in quantifying the phenotypic protein expression of tumor buds and EMT biomarkers for the early assessment of metastatic risk of OSCC. And E-cadherin, membranous beta-catenin, distribution of MMP2 tumor cells, intensity of stromal cells, distribution and intensity of MMP9 tumor cells and MMP9 stromal cells can be considered as the early metastatic risk predictors of OSCC. So the future scope will be to evaluate the protein expression of immunostain sections using a combination of classical image segmentation methods with other methods that are available like watershed, artificial neural network, support vector machine, etc. And we can compare the results of the current study with those studies as well. And we can also assess the efficacy of other image processing software. Here I have used MATLAB. We can also assess the same thing using ImageJ, ImagePro Plus, HistoQuant, Visuomorph, etc. These are my references. Thank you.